started. Yeah, definitely today was definitely seemed to be annoying. Um, ES showed more strength, which seems to be the theme a little bit. NQ kind of taking a little hit, probably a little bit of sector rotation happening with all these stocks have ran to all-time highs, which of course does happen. If something does hit all-time highs, we you don't buy it at all-time high, so you kind of see a little pullback. Especially the theme the last couple of years seems to be a run up into tech earnings. So next time, when we're about 1 month away from tech earnings, kind of look a little bullish going into tech earnings, especially since they've been decreasing their decreasing on what they could hit. I forget the word for it. And eventually they're gonna start beating estimates. All the estimates. They're gonna start eventually beating it. So NQ last week, I left Wednesday. Pretty decent sell off. Wednesday kind of hung up high. Thursday we sold off. Friday kind of recovery. And then today just a little sideways. So definitely want to see where this range break of this sideways action. Someone always mentions the more you have we're gonna have a better bounce when we have sideways action compared to if we chop kind of going down, our bounce isn't gonna be that big. So we want to see a nice accumulation or distribution, whatever they're doing, and then we'll eventually see a pretty decent bounce if that does happen. All eyes are on have it pulled up. Microsoft. Let me see who's tomorrow. Microsoft, Google, Snap, Visa, Teladoc, and then we have Meta, Chipotle, Intel, Roku, Ford on Friday. No Apple. I think Apple's the following week, and Amazon. Those are gonna follow it up. So definitely watching. The main thing I always look for going into earnings is the dip going to be bought. Kind of watch these early on earnings. This Tesla dip getting bought up seems pretty solid. This looks like it's kind of recovering a little bit. Earnings were here. Nice sell off. Actually, the day after earnings kind of gapped up, or 2 days after earnings gapped up. Like that, and the other one with Netflix. Netflix is more of a bigger move. I don't really watch Netflix that much. So, going into, Apple a couple times ago, it was sold off overnight and they bought that dip. So that's what I always like to do. I always like to see, starting with banks, if that dip's going to be bought, are we going to bring price low enough where investors want to keep buying in? But let's just go over, let's just start with ES. Kind of what happened today. I really don't, last week was we had our nice move up. We hit our estimated move, I believe, right here. And I'll show you how I find that. It's pretty simple. Hit our estimated move on the weekly, our weekly candle was pretty peaceful. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, kind of cooled down. ES today candle, this is a weekly candle on 1 day so far. So the daily candle today, pretty solid. I kind of like that. It's hitting my fib retracement from this low, this double bottom, to the high right here. We're kind of holding on. We had one push into it. You can see they bought it up. Another time overnight during the day, bought it up. So definitely watching that 45.90. I thought we would squeeze over it today. If we pop on the 4 hour, kind of interesting how these candles, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, 45.90. We closed, we opened, we closed, we opened at that spot. So this 45.90 is going to be very, very important going forward. Today, we hit it right at 9, rejected it almost on the dot, came back down. Nice 7 overnight session. Europe bought it up. You know, when you see that nice impulse move, kind of want to take that low to high fib. Where do we hit? When you see that, I like to stay bullish in this situation. Of course, we opened up, pretty strong move up. I think we took out the stops at 45.90 because you could tell we popped up. I think I was in a long when my wife was driving. Had a little nice pop up here. Took out the stops. That was the goal of what they were going to do there, 45.90. What does it indicate? It's just a key level. I think if we are able to break and hold, we could possibly see a squeeze. Because look, you know, the way I look at squeezes are you're looking for areas of resistance. You know, we have a nice resistance here. I mean, we can go all the way back. We broke above, but they're starting to build resistance. So if we keep hitting this 45.90, you know, I say someone or many people are shorting this area, and they're keeping their stops just above probably the highest wick, 45.95, maybe 4,500. So we're able to break above. We're able to break above. You know, shorts will probably have to sell, causing, you know, they're gonna have to cover, causing that short squeeze, which just adds it up. Do banks set those key levels, or is this like, I mean, ES sometimes are even numbers. You know, banks do like even numbers. You look at SPX. You know, we're kind of looking at 45.80 area. You know, sometimes SPX 4,500 is always going to be a key level. 4,400 is going to be a key level. So you kind of want to watch ES with SPX. But ES, let's just break it down. What happened today? We had that nice impulse move up. 8.15. Another nice strong move up. Sold off at, I think it was 45.85. I had an imbalance that was created here. Not a ICT imbalance. Another imbalance. I have to pop up. I'll pop that up in a second. They're showing strong selling. The market wants to recover. They recovered here, brought it back down. Other than that, pretty choppy. You know, you could have caught a little move here, but maybe 2-3 setups possibly on ES. NQ, same thing. NQ looked pretty ugly today. The only, you know, the long at open was nice because we broke over the overnight highs. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. We were able to break above. Could have had a quick scalp there. 25 points. The retest, another 25 points. But of course, what do I say? Does that retest create a new high? I was, you know, talking about that last week. This line, you want to see if this is going to be strong. You want to see a nice bounce off of it. You want to see a new high created like that. And then if we do come back down here, guess what? I'm going to go long to see this. But you can tell we didn't create a new high. So, you know, you start your trend line kind of down. Lower high, lower high. We're starting to create lower highs and lower lows. So what's our trend? You know, from open down. And there, I would have probably taken that short off that overnight high to, you know, the first PT would have been this wick, bottom wick, or your 930 open. Always mark up your opening print because that could have been a good long off opening print. Opening print on it. Most of ES and NQ are going to be always going to be nice support resistances. Other than that, really no kind of rhyme or reason. If you look at the 1 hour, I think the 30-minute would 30 minutes is what I was just like, yeah, I'm not trading this. No, put up your higher time frames. This is going to show you what the market's looking like. When you see this, look at these wicks. Like, this is not worth playing. This is the only really showable candle, a nice hammer candle. But overall, I mean, this is showing me pretty much chop. You put your EMAs, look at, let me see if these are right. I always use the 13 and the 34 on the 10 minute. That's just what I prefer. And that's what I see. Chop. We pop up. You know, when we don't see chop, we'll see this is not chop. This is a nice solid move up. Sell off last week, nice solid move down. You know, prices staying below the EMAs. Today, what did we do? Straight chopped all through those EMAs. You could also pop up VWAP, and VWAP basically stayed the same all day. No real movement on VWAP. So, you know, take your one trade or a couple trades, you know, don't risk a lot. That's the main thing with choppy days. Same with ES. I had a nice little uptrend today. But of course, only 12-point uptrend. So not really the best there. You know, days like this are horrible days to destroy your port. They go red. You know, you kind of just want to go a little green and kind of get out. Unless you're scalping. You know, scalping is going to be scalping no matter what. Estimated moves. Estimated moves are something I'm adding to my chart. Looking back at last week, we hit our estimated move, and then we kind of cooled down. So I'm kind of using it to my advantage. And the simple way to do it is get on TOS. TOS has this information for you. Pop up on TOS, make sure it's right. So let's look at, we'll just start with SPX. So of course today, SPX is over. So we really can't look at that. Tomorrow, we're kind of looking at a 20-point move to the upside. Gonna be right over here, just on your options chain. I don't use TOS. I have no money in this account, but I'm, you know, real-time data and all that. I have Bookmap on this. So I Bookmap on this, and you know, this is, I kind of been watching this. So what I like to do is Sunday night, I look for Friday. So we have Friday, which is, I believe, the 28th. The 28th. So we have Friday here. So we look over kind of here. Kind of 28th, and we have an estimated move of 54.187 from today's close. Pretty sure I took them from Sunday. It's kind of something I like to do over the long weekend. Kind of add these to your chart. So the estimated move I got was 45.97, 44.75. I did add these to my swing trade room. Also, if you want to do the estimation, we could probably look at this. So what I do, whenever you want to convert SPX to ES, always take the 345 close on the 15 minute. You got 4554.80, and you subtract it from, or you subtract ES from that, and we get, I already did the math, get 29.45. So the estimated move is basically, you know, SPX kind of gets closer every day to ES until the contract rollover. That's why I take the 345 close, and then you have this weird candle that you don't know what it does it for. So if we want to take the estimated move, 45.97, and add it to whatever this was, that would have got us the ES. So I like to just do it on SPX. I think I could do it on ES, I think, but ES doesn't have contracts, so I don't know how it does it. July 23rd, August 23rd, July 23rd. Already passed August 23rd, so it's weird. I don't understand it. So I usually do SPX convert to ES. I do QQQ. Kind of look at the daily. So tomorrow we're looking at what's tomorrow? I'm way off on my days. The 25th weekly. So tomorrow we're looking for kind of a 3.68 move. So you can just go to QQQ. If you're playing NQ, kind of have QQQ. So we're looking for a kind of a 376.24 plus whatever it was. Mark it up on your chart for your estimated move. Of course, if we push up tomorrow and we hit that estimated move, it kind of shows you, like, do you want to go long? If we do 376 and we're up 3, if we're at 379, you think 379 is a good go long on 4 NQs? For me personally, I feel like that's the chasing the move. We already made a 3-point move, which, would be almost 1%. If QQQ's up 1% or NQ's up 2%, you kind of start the chasing situation. And that's something I like to use towards not chasing. That's all I really do on SMA move. Pretty simple. I've been adding it to my charts. So I do SPY, SPX. I think SPY's estimated move was like 455.40 last week. Oh no, it's 454.79. I actually marked it up for a buddy that I was showing. So last week's estimated moves was this light line. You tell Monday, Tuesday we hit it. I mean, would it be best to go long ES at 456 or go long SPY contracts? I mean, you're already past your estimated move. I wouldn't. And that's kind of something that would happen to me on my swing trades. I should have took that in effect. A lot of the swing trades I'm kind of looking back at now, I'm like, why did I even do it? But I felt like we would just continue up, so I thought it would happen. Yes, or SPY, SPY is showing great consolidation right now. So let's just mark up last week's NQ and then go ahead and call it. I've been driving since 4 a.m. Came back from Cleveland, Ohio. I live in North Carolina, so I'm exhausted. I'm glad to be on my computer. Trading from a $100 laptop's not good, so let's just go ahead and remove all this and just kind of chart up NQ. We had a nice breakout from this level. I'm gonna do boxes. I don't like levels. We had a nice breakout. This is what I consider a short squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 4 times, and then we broke above. What I'm kind of watching, are we going to come back and test it? This is going to be a big key test if we do come back down. 15,400. Are we going to be able to hold that? The weekly. 17,000 last week, so we can mark up last week's high. I always like to have the daily high and the last week high. And we don't have to worry about the last week low. The last week high, see how we tested it almost on the dot. We wicked above. When I see something like that, that's kind of I don't see the liquidity grab. I think that's a test. So I feel like they're testing to see if they have enough buyers here. Came down, took off. That Tuesday, that break above 15,857 would have been a great move. That I feel like they'd already took out that liquidity there. They tested it, bought price back down. You have that downtrend. Overall a pretty beautiful trade right there. 172 points. That would have been crazy. So we had Monday, Tuesday was that downtrend. It's kind of looking closer time frame on that Tuesday. Some things I see. Let's see kind of this swing low to swing high. See if we held that 0.618 fib. What was a key spot? You could tell pretty decent hold. Wait. You have this 15-minute on. 15-minute on. You have your 9:30 candle, your 9:45 candle, 10 o'clock candle. You basically have 5 candles. Look at all these bottom wicks, showing a lot of buyers coming in, pushing price up. Definitely good spot to go long. You know, if we do our long position, if we would have got in basically here and kept it that 10:30 low, new low a day, you know, that was a good 7.48 R. That was Monday, or that was Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday seemed like kind of a, you know, we had a strong move Monday, strong move Tuesday. What I like to see on the daily is how many times did we close above the previous day close? Closed above, closed above, closed above, didn't. So we did 3. We had 1 down, closed above, closed above. So we had 2. So we're looking at that third. I don't like to go full bullish bias when we're on the 3rd, the 4th, or the 5th. I kind of like to see a little pullback. 1, 2. You know, we had 2 down. We had 3. Because this one closed below this one. So 1, 2, 3. I think, did I post? I don't think I posted that. You know, when you're looking at 3, you're kind of looking for a low recovery. So that's why we had a close below Friday's close, close above Friday's close. So we had a 1. So we're 1 up right now. That's what I like to see. That's kind of where, you know, my swing training, you'll see those pullbacks and the continuation. So let's see what, you know, we had those 2. So I don't really like going long. Stay on the 15-minute for this. We opened up. Opened up 1 hour doji, which, you know, what I like to do is kind of, you know, if we got that 1 hour doji, I kind of like to take the high and the low. We really didn't show strength above. We broke above, but the next 15-minute candle we broke below, wicked above. Finally, right here, I wouldn't have taken this one. Wednesday, when we came back up and tested this, you know, like kind of like our chop box. We kind of chopped. We broke below, we came back up, tested it, and continued down. So that would have been a nice play right there on Tuesday. Nothing really big. You just kind of had 1 candle. You had that retest, and then another candle. Nothing really crazy. I know a lot. I've seen a lot of people saying they're struggling. Yeah, we're, you know, what I always say is you have your trend days. You know, that run up, this breakout, you know, everyone was banking, you know, taking advantage of that run up. Well, after that run up, we're gonna have choppy days. We're gonna have trend, you know, we have FOMC, we have a lot of stuff on the thing. That's where you kind of, you know, if I'm scalping, I'm just doing 1 NQ. I'm not going heavier. I'm kind of playing it safe and whatnot. You know, days like this, yeah, I want to take advantage of that nice run up. We broke out here. You know, we're going to continue up. So Wednesday, we had, running out of time. Okay, I only got 45 minutes on this Zoom because I need to get to the password. Wednesday, here's our pre-market highs, 539, pre-market lows. Basically, taking out pre-market lows. I don't know what this is. Swing low to swing high. Didn't even come up and touch it. That's showing overall weakness. Nice move. The only kind of other play I saw was kind of this flag right here. That down driven break. Nice soft Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Friday. Going into Friday, I kind of something you gotta watch is I don't think I could pop it up on here. I need to do it on Motive Wave and show you guys probably for next class. When we have these kind of like one-sided overnight sessions, we'll most likely fade to the other side of that side. You know, you have that uptrend. Most likely we're going to fade into the other side. So, you know, I'd look for that downtrend break, kind of like what we did today on ES. It's going to be based on, on the volume profile. It's a lot easier to show on Motive Wave, but I can't pull it up right now. You have, you know, you're going to have, let me see if I can do it here. Your overnight volume profile looks like this. It should be heavy sided on top side. So what market wants to do is fill in this bottom side. Usually when it's the opposite way. Explain what? Oh, this is just the volume profile. So it's showing volume based on price. So yeah. I'm not sure about green. Green's probably at the ask. Red's up probably at the bid. I mean, I'm not sure if you could figure out if they're buying or selling. But what I like to see is, you know, we have a nice bulky area up here, down here, kind of weak. And, you know, overall, when I look at these kind of on the bigger time frame, I kind of look for these low volume nodes of areas of rejection. I know Ace, this is some Ace that uses in his option trading too. But basically there's, you know, this is showing me a lot of volume is traded up here. So if a lot of volume is traded at the highs, do you think they're buying at the highs or are they selling at the highs? They're most likely selling at the highs. They're buying down here. So, you know, they kind of push the market out for one last sell, continue down. We could kind of see what today did. So on TradingView, I think you have to have a paid one. I don't think you can do the free one. But it's under technicals, profiles. And the one I use is one of these. Periodic session volume. Auto anchor. That's the one. Auto anchor. We can pop that on. This one automatically does it based on, I have it all set up. 8:30 to 6. All set up just to see that POC. That's what I really want to see there. So that overnight session, you know, definitely they bought the price up, sold it off. This is kind of something I'm seeing, like a B profile. Let's kind of see if we could see a B profile, which would be price at the low. Overnight, this is kind of one they didn't fade. It continued up. It doesn't work 100%, but I kind of use that to kind of need my advantage. See what this one looks like. Open at 9:30. This one you can tell your POCs here, but you have a good amount here. I want to see. I'll go over this definitely on options. Probably next week we'll go over volume profile and all that. You know, this is kind of like the low volume node. So, yeah, POC, price control, point of control. I use those on. Yeah, I use those on the daily because me see if I can fix this one. POC not developing. Here, I'll make it easy. I'll just pop up Bookmap. Let's see what Bookmap looks like. And Bookmap, I have it set to thinkers. Trade charts. I don't use it that much. Let's see if I can actually. I have 4 minutes left. Just FYI, guys. So with Bookmap, I pop it. I have it changed to RTH only. Let's see how it actually worked out. It's got to load. So it resets at 9:30, and usually a pretty solid. You know, this is a market auction theory, kind of an old way I used to trade when I used to love the scalp ES and NQ. I'll wait for it to reload. We can tell, you know, right here, holding that POC, hold, and then we broke below. This is where most of the price is traded. So, you know, kind of mean reversing. We're going to possibly revert back to the mean. When we pull away, you know, we're looking to revert back to that mean. Kind of today's price action. And of course, it doesn't show. Doesn't show, but I only got 2 more minutes now. So I'll definitely keep that on. I'll write that down to go over that next week. But what I like to do on that is kind of look at where the daily is, like PVP, the daily. Remove all the drawings and kind of see where most of the price is traded. You can tell right here, most of the price is traded here. Are we able to get back up into that price? 15,990, no. Most of the prices, this is starting to get interesting down here. Prices, most of the price traded on Wednesday is down here, Thursday down here, Friday down here. So a lot of volume is happening between 600 and 500. We could also pop up on the weekly, kind of see previous POCs on the weekly. You know, with that huge move up last week, most of that volume is traded at the lows. So that's why I want to see how that works out. If we break below, definitely targeting 15,195 because most of this volume is traded towards this low after that run up. Of course, we could pop up the monthly, kind of just see what those look like too. A higher time frame. It would be better for this. Sometimes they don't work. Now I kind of see where most of the volume on, you know, July, pretty much 1 more week, 2 more weeks of July. Most of the volume's traded here. So tell where do we kind of bounce today? We kind of bounced at this low volume node. But this is a whole different. If we're able to break below that volume node, we're going to come back up to a high volume area. You can see 457 below. Definitely see us come back to 359. And of course, if we break below 189, then, you know, on the monthly, you can tell how the previous month, if we continue that over, I got less than 1 minute, so it's probably going to cut me off. We held the previous month, so we held June's POC, the most traded price, held a continuation up. That keeps me bullish. But appreciate you guys. I'm gonna post the recording. Sorry, I need to get Isaac's Zoom so I can stay on longer because he has the paid version. But appreciate you guys.